this is Raise Radio, and today I want to talk about what's your blood. You want to be able to stand tall in your ancestry with pride as a way to honor the people who survived and thrived in order for you to have the life that you do today. I'm really excited to open this conversation about what's your blood. Thank you so much for listening today. I really appreciate you and your time. Something happens when you're in your 30s and certain things that you didn't really pay attention to before kind of land differently. They become so much more important. Questions like, where did I come from? Who did I come from? How did my ancestors live? And ancestors as in parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. All of these things suddenly have weight now. They hold a new importance. Look at a conversation around legacy or ancestry or who you came from and stories around that understanding or that learning could be some of the most powerful spiritual healing work that you do. Ancestral healing could be one of the most potent spiritual choices that you can make to understand or to learn about yourself, because if you don't know where you came from, then how do you know who you are today? And if you don't know who or where you came from, what are you grounding into? Practicing that and pretending that your ancestry doesn't exist, then how are you grounding your life experience into your body? And I think that for me, this conversation around what's your blood really does come down to that. What am I grounding into? And literally grounding into, like, what is my relationship with the land I'm on now? And how can I explore a relationship with the land that my ancestors came from? My Métis ancestors were in Alberta, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. I also have ancestors from Austria, from Scotland, and Nova Scotia. Like, there are so many places in the world that my ancestors walked that I haven't walked yet. I want to experience that because I have such a deep reverence and relationship with the land here in Osoyoos. And so I really have a deep, deep connection and real deep roots here in Osoyoos. But there are so many other places that I would like to see and to feel because my ancestors were there. I think the other important conversation around this, what's your blood, is the concept of understanding where you're from can really help with your diet. Now, of course, this doesn't work for everyone because we all have really specific needs. We all have, different requirements. We might have different allergies or things that are preventing us from eating a certain way, or we might just, our likes and dislikes get in the way, and that's totally fair. When you start learning about the people you came from and where you came from, that things might start making more sense. You might realize that ancestors on both sides of your family had a really deep connection with fish or potatoes. And you have this light bulb moment of like, that's why I love those things so deeply. And so you get to understand your connection with certain foods on an ancestral level, not just a dislike level, but a cellular DNA ancestral level. And that's a really powerful place to eat from. Would my ancestors eat this? I think it's a really important part of the conversation, especially in the world that we're in today. We have GMOs, we have lots of fake food, lots of processed food. We have highly refined sugar that literally harms people's brains and digestive systems. We have cloned meat coming down the pipe. There are so many controversial, questionable, and downright dangerous things happening in the food industry. And one of the best things you can do for your health, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, is make healthier choices when it comes to your food. Get your body understanding that whole foods is nourishing and that processed foods is not. And the more that you feed your body that nourishing food, it's going to love you back. And when I say that, I mean you're going to have energy beyond belief. You're going to have better sleep. You're just going to feel more connected. And I think that's something that's really missing in the conversation of holistic health. Like I've been in that world for so many years, going on 15 years now, and the conversation is very, very nuanced, but a lot of people focus on the really small details, and I think that makes it really overwhelming for people. And there's so much, so much information about what not to eat. And I think it's really important to remind you that when you're making choices for eating well, it's not just about what you're avoiding. It's also about eating so that you feel good, right? You have to take care of yourself. That is a spiritual practice. That is healing. Healing that trauma that kept you harming yourself, kept you drinking booze and eating sugar and having takeout all the time. When we heal that trauma and we're able to eat really simply and eat whole foods that nourish our body, it gives back to you. And I think it's really important to remember that that's the reward. I don't think most people understand how incredible humans can feel. When my life was bogged down with trauma and I had a lot going on, I did not understand in any way how good I could feel. I did not understand that I would have massive energy for exercise, feeling genuine joy and peace and calm. I didn't realize that all of that was accessible to me. But changing my diet helped me get there. I want to just leave you with this, because I've had many people ask me this before. We're so desperate for guidance and understanding that we often overthink the most simple things. Well, how do I do that? How do I find out about my ancestors? You find a family tree, or you find the knowledge keeper, or the keeper of the documents. Every family has one. Every family has a keeper of the documents or a family tree holder. I can pretty much guarantee there is someone in your family that has binders full or an ancestry account and information that they are just willing to give anyone who wants to hear about it. Find that person, have a conversation, get the documents, and then just spend time with it. Spend time looking into the eras where these people lived, how they lived, what was going on in that part of the world at that time. See if there's any stories, right? We don't have to overthink this process. It's not complicated. It's literally finding out what's in your blood is as easy as finding a family tree and sitting with it. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. The more you look into what is your blood, the more that you're able to ground into who you are. This is one of the most potent spiritual paths and choices you can make. It is going to give you so much strength and understanding, and it might even help you with your diet. I wish you luck as you step into discovering what's your blood. Hey, thanks for making time to listen to Raise Radio today. I really appreciate you. If you head on over to my website, www.lutesnutrition.ca, you can get some food for your soul. Thank you so much for listening today.